Today. I've been saying I'm getting on YouTube all day and it's late, but I'm on here. I made it on. So hopefully everyone will come on in the room. Come on in the room. Okay? Come on. What's popping tonight? What's popping, twin? Yeah, it's Friday. What's today? It's not the 13th, is it? It is. It's Friday the 13th. Wow. I think we're supposed to get Friday the 13th like a couple of times this year. Like 2 or 3 times this year. This is the second time. So it should be happening again real soon. Friday the 13th. Okay. See, if you believe in like superstition, you probably been saying it all day. See, I know it's Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. I realized it was the 13th, and then later I realized it was Friday, but I didn't put the two together with the suspicion or with the what you call that, superstition. So yeah, I had a good Friday. It wasn't great, but it was good. I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm safe. What more could you ask for, right? So I guess I want to do some pillow talk. Talk about a few things. I was trying to wait on some folks to come in the room, but let me just get into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was give an update on that Russ Reed and Dwight Howard and what is her name, Amy Luciani. I wanted to give an update on that because apparently Amy, her name is Amber Howard. Is she Amber Howard? And she's also Amy Luciani. Child, I don't know. We just gonna call her Amy Amber. I'm gonna call her Amy because I think that's the name I'm hearing mostly about her. So Amy, who is Dwight Howard's wife. What's up? What's up? Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. Come on in the room. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really would appreciate it. But anyway, so the police tape, when they made the call to the police tape then came out. So it's two tapes that's been circulating right now. So there's a tape of Amy calling the police on Dwight Howard, stating that Dwight Howard locks her out the house and locks her off the property. So she called the police and she told the police that she got locked out her house from her husband and that she had called an Uber to the house and her husband locked the gate and she can't get on the premises. So she was calling the police and she said on the 911 call that she had been calling the police before. Y'all give me a thumbs up. She said that she had been calling the police multiple times before, and they told him that he's not supposed to lock her out of the property and out of the house, but he keeps doing it. So she didn't say on the police call, but she said when she did her social media live, when she wanted to blast him, she said she's been sticking by him. He's been doing Coke. Remember, I'm sorry, Coca Cola. Remember, she had that big old bag of Coca Cola. And y'all, I didn't even pay attention to the bag. But now that I've seen people posting the video, that was a huge bag of white stuff. Okay, I didn't realize that when she picked that thing up, I thought it was a baggie, but it was actually like a big block of it. And I'm thinking, why would you pick that up? You're in the car crying. Aren't you going to wipe your eyes and put your hands in your face? Like, that's dangerous. Unless she been doing it too. I don't know, don't want to speculate, but this is all alleging in my opinion based on the information that she put out and you know, and what Royce put out and what Dwight Howard put out. So anyway, so Amy Luciani, she called the police Apparently, the 911 call is circulating all on the internet. Everyone's playing it. So she called the police and she told them that she is locked out of the house. She can't get in the gate. She said she tried to go around to the back of the house to get in through the back, but she was calling the police because she needed to get back in the house. So I'm thinking, you going around a man. Oh, and she said that Dwight Howard was upset with her because his daughter got taken away by CPS, and so he was mad or upset. So then apparently Dwight Howard called the popo, and I believe when he called the popo, they, of course, everyone's playing his recording of the police call too. But when he called, I believe that was after his daughter was taken away by CPS. But Amy Luciani said that he was upset and he was acting like everything was cool with him and the daughter, as if the daughter never got taken away from CPS. And he called the police, and the daughter was already taken away from CPS. And it makes sense because he sounded extremely calm, but he sounded like he had a cold or he was sick or something. Like he didn't sound like his normal self when you hear his voice. It sounded weird. And then when on the 911 call, when the 911 operator asked him for his name, he didn't want to give his name. But anyway, so on his call, he said that someone he let a woman. He said a woman came to his house and stole his property, and he said all the woman also stole his daughter's cell phone. So I'm not sure if Amy Luciani actually stole the daughter's cell phone, but he called and said that a woman stole his some of his property, and I guess in the state of Georgia, if you were to steal property that total like 1,500 or 1,800 or something like that, then you actually have a case, and that could be a felony if you're found guilty or something. So if you let Royce Reed tell it, she says that Dwight Howard has family members that are police officers. So he would know this information, or, he would know in details what he could do to get someone a charge, or, you know, even detained, if he wanted to. So I don't know. That case seems real messy. But if y'all don't know, so Dwight Howard and Amy Luciani got into something. Apparently, the CPS was called and the Popo was called. CPS came and took Dwight Howard's daughter, but his son was there also, allegedly. So somehow they took the daughter but didn't take the son, or maybe the son came after. Anyway, days went by, and then Amy Luciani did the live stream. She went live on her social media telling everything that happened, saying that her husband was on that stuff, on that white powder, showed that huge bag of white substance, which we don't know what it really was, and then said that her husband, she didn't want to lie for her husband, but she would. And then the next day, Dwight Howard filed for divorce and went to a basketball game as if nothing happened, as if nothing happened at all. And while he's at the basketball game, he was sitting, sitting courtside, and they put him on the big screen on the monitor, and everyone's clapping him up because he's there at the game. And this man done got into a crazy situation with his wife, got his daughter taken away from him, filed for divorce, and he had a game within days. Like, And so he has made a statement saying that he's made a public statement saying that he is not on the cocoa. He said he does not do any rugs. But I'm thinking to for that to be your timeline, dude, in less than 5 days, you gotta be on something. Cause why you not at home handling your business? You got a lot going on. Why is your child not with you? Why did your child get taken away? Okay? Why the child ain't with the mama? But like I told y'all in my previous videos, those basketball stars, they love to take those children. They make children and then they take them away, but yet they don't give them the attention that they need. It's like they just want them for show. But it makes sense if you think about it. You see how Diddy is using his children as like a shield for him. His children are making him look good. So when he first got locked up, his children all, oh, they having parties or whatever together, um, you know, just doing all types of promo stuff, PR stunts, showing them together, got the baby sitting on the lap, baby love, got her blowing out candle on the cake. I guess, was it her birthday or must have been her birthday, try to play on our emotions. So they do that with the children. They use the children to make them look like a family man or make them look like a good dude. But in reality, these people are not good people. I mean, if you could see past the BS, you'll realize this is not good. So, Dwight Howard is stating, he made a public statement saying he is not on any rugs with the D, and his daughter did not get taken from CPS. This is what he's saying, and he probably know that the daughter's mom is not going to go public and disclose this information also. So he could tell us whatever. At this point, it just looked like he said, she said, you know. And then, so come to find out, he filed for divorce, right? Come to find out, Amy Luciani allegedly went to the same courthouse to file for divorce. Since he filed first, she left, and now they're looking for her to serve her divorce papers because apparently she wanted to file for divorce then, but now she don't want to be divorced because she want to accept the papers. They have no address for her. So they don't know where to serve her papers. But she could easily go to the courthouse and, go sign the papers, go to the courthouse and sign the papers. But like Royce Reed said she just want attention. She doesn't actually want to be divorced from this man. She want the public to help in some way. You can't help him. You can't help a man who got a substance abuse like he do. Did y'all see how big that bag was? You can't help that man. Okay. Plus the fact that he got all those cases, going on with him and the transgender. So, ma'am, he don't even want you. He don't even like your kind. Okay? He don't even like your kind. So what you want to stay married for? That's crazy. I understand. I guess the money, you know. If she has no address, if Dwight Howard didn't have an address to serve her at, where is she right now? That means she must have left everything she had or got rid of everything she had to be with him, which is what most women do. We get with a guy, we think, oh, everything is going to be everything. We let them tell us whatever. They talk sweet nothings in our ears. And then we go off, be with them, lose everything, leave everything behind. They show out, act up, And then what we got? We ain't got nothing to look forward to after you split up. Just like them. Sometimes they get married, they marry women, and then the women end up getting most of their money. It goes both ways. It really does. But it's just crazy that it seemed like Dwight Howard was just going through court cases with transgenders. Okay? Saying that they were, I don't even know if they were really considered transgender. Like they may have just been gay men. I don't know. This is alleged. Okay? But he definitely had some court cases with men who said that they were sleeping with him. Okay? And they were suing him. And then the next thing you know, she got married to him. And it's like, girl, what? I already knew it wasn't going to last long when they came out and she announced that, she was rocking her ring. She was showing her ring, her huge ring. And I was thinking, girl, what? What the what? I was like, oh, okay, okay. She gonna be his beard to help him out because he got the court cases. She gonna be his beard, and then now she posted that video on social media talking about um that she want to be there for her man. Girl, first of all, when I bet he probably abusing her, but she not gonna tell that. I bet he is. First of all, she told us that he was rugging her with the D because she said, and she put in when she called the police for on one incident, she put in the police document that he gave her herbal tea, but come to find out it was Molly. So you don't even know how long he been rugging you. I would be scared to stay in a house with a man like that. He wouldn't have had to serve me paperwork. You got to have some self-respect for yourself at this point, because why would you even want to stay with a man who's rugging you? He's abusing you. He's locking you out of the only house you have access to because she has no house, which makes me feel like she probably ain't got no money either. She probably sleeping on somebody's couch right now. He probably ain't do nothing for her. He's rich and she probably has nothing. Well, she did have that big bag of she could try to sell it. Oh my goodness, that's so wrong. That's so wrong. But shoot, you gotta do what you gotta do out here. What's up, Dwight? What's going on? How's the weather in Canada? I'm doing awesome. Okay, the weather was nice here. Yeah, it started out real cold today, but it ended up being real warm. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, child. It's nice to see you too. Well, I guess nice to see your name. But yeah, it just makes me think about my relationships in the past being with men. Usually I had my own stuff. Usually, I wouldn't let my stuff go out of fear of not having something after the relationship end and then just being without, because you never want to feel like that, right? You never want to feel like, even for both sides, right? For men and women. And I can understand why a lot of men don't get married because they're afraid to lose their things, which I would say, if you're with someone for love, you could definitely get a prenup and you could put your commands and demands in the prenup documents. But I don't know. If a man's not willing to do that, then I feel like he really don't care for you. Your relationship is probably for convenience. But I bet Amy wouldn't even choose to, like, leave the divorce and try to get something. She probably will say, she probably will just, well, it looks like she's going to be forced to leave Dwight Howard, even though the situation is bad. So I don't know. Y'all tell me, if you're in a relationship with a person who has the substance abuse and they're causing all types of drama, right? The children's getting taken away. They have a real bad substance abuse problem. Are you staying? They lock you out your house or out the house that you share with that person. Are you staying in that relationship because of better and worse? Better for better and worse? For better or worse? Are you staying in that type of relationship to see if it'll fix itself out? Hmm. Anyway, moving on to the next topic. But moving on. So what about Miss Tina, y'all? Miss Tina up here. You're not Dwight. Dwight, you like, nah, I ain't got time for that. I'm telling y'all, a substance abuse problem, you cannot compete with that. It's no competing with that. Like, if you're with someone who has a very bad substance abuse problem, it's nothing you could do but leave. That's your only option. What's up, Chris? What's going on? Chris, are you staying with someone who has a substance abuse problem? Let's say you marry someone. Are you staying? Because, I mean, that's just too much. I couldn't. Like, they're not getting off the substance, okay? And even if they do get off it, that's a whole that's a whole long process, okay? You got to think about them maybe possibly what they call it when they relapsing. I can't turn my back on you because I'm thinking, he probably still getting high. You can't be trusted. Like, that's hard. Anyway, but what about this gumbo Miss Tina selling, y'all? That everybody's saying is trash. They saying the gumbo is like a pretty much like a 4 or 5 out of 10. And she's charging $25 for a little small cup of gumbo. It's a cup of gumbo, not even like a bowl or anything. So if you don't know what's going on, it's rodeo season here in Houston, right? So it's the rodeo events like going on every week in the month of March. And Miss Tina, she set up a booth and she done came out saying she makes gumbo. Now I've never heard of her cooking or doing anything, but I mean, it makes sense. She's older. She got to switch it up somehow, right? To get her paper. Can't depend on Beyonce and Jay-Z forever. But that was petty. That was real petty of me. But, what are you saying? I'm getting ready to go see Cardi B next week in Kansas City for the show. I got front row seats, backstage passes. Okay, Chris. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to make it to the Cardi B concert. She came to Houston, and I was actually out of town the week she came to Houston, which sucks. But now I'm going to have to catch her in another city and have to pay. And it's a whole mess. But that's next month in April. I'm gonna definitely try to go get to that concert, but everything is high, right? But anyway, so yeah, so Miss Tina then came out with her gumbo, and folks are doing the reviews, and the reviews are saying it's a no. They're saying it's a no go. It's terrible. Like, that is not what you want to hear. And I'm just thinking, Miss Tina, why you ain't perfect that gumbo? You had all winter to perfect that gumbo. And now we moving in the spring. You want to bring the gumbo out, and the gumbo ain't even hit. $25 for a little cup of gumbo, and it ain't even hitting. Folks are throwing it in the trash, full of shrimp. I see. All I've been seeing is shrimp and a little bit of crab legs, just throwing it in the trash. People out here wasting their money like gas ain't $30 a gallon. Yeah, I heard she brought Megan Thee Stallion out when she came to Houston, and I knew she was gonna do that. I knew she was gonna do that. So who else she had a hit with? Glorilla. So she probably gonna bring out Glorilla in Missouri. You already know. 'Cause they got a couple songs together. She gotta. She got it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up I have. Thank you so much. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for trusting in me and believing in me. That's her cousin? Cardi B and Glorilla, or Cardi B and Glorilla, or Meg Thee Stallion? My day was good, Dwight. Cardi B and Glorilla, cousins? Okay. All right. Well, I know the concert is gonna be good. Her and Glorilla. Okay. Okay. I know the concert is gonna be good. I've been watching like, people been posting the concert. So I've been watching it and I'm like, yeah, I already knew. The songs I hit, they hitting. So you already know it's gonna be a good concert. So yeah, I wish her lots of money. And then, her and Stefan, what's his name? Stefan Diggs? They done split up. So I know that's rough. But it happened at the right time, because I'm telling you, if you going to split up with somebody, you going to want to stay busy. So with her being on tour, it's like a good thing for her because she get to stay busy working, so that could take her mind off the pain of, being alone and everything. Been there, done that. I know how that works. So maybe she did that on purpose. She said, I'm gonna wait till after I had this baby, and then I'm gonna get rid of him because she gonna be on tour. She gonna be busy because he got like 10 churn. He got 10 churn. Then he got that one guy saying that he tried to force him to do oral on him, and then he wouldn't, and then he allegedly got him beat up. So, child, it's a mess. Who having surgery? Glow or Cardi? I saw a video with Cardi saying that she was gonna get her butt stuff, whatever that is, taken out after the tour is over. Mm, yeah, she need to, cause it's just too much. It just don't even look right, and she didn't need all that. It's just too much. Like, I feel like for the girlies who got the huge BBLs, now ain't nothing wrong with a BBL, don't get me wrong, okay? But the ones that's all huge, like you just messing up your body. Only one day. I don't know. But yeah, them girls be really messing up their body with that. Cause it looked like, if y'all remember the queens back in the day, the queens, I guess they still do to this day, the way their dresses are, they dresses like this and then they go out real wide. That's what the BBL shape is giving. It's giving Medea type body style. Anyway, who's seen Cat Williams? Cat Williams got a stand up comedy on on Netflix. He got a new one. Did anybody check that out? God is vexed now. Yeah, I heard about Rihanna. Yeah, where did she go? Did you know where she went? I know she got up out of Dodge. I know that's right. And then I heard that that's not the first time someone came to that home to like try to invade her. Like the first time they said was 2018, and it was a guy who he disalarmed her alarm system, disabled her alarm system, broke in her house, was in her house, and he told the police once he got caught because one of her assistants or someone was at the house, but he told the police that he came there to have SCX with her. He got all the way in the house. Well, I know she'll be a fool because I'll be out of there real quick. You couldn't get me to stay. What I'm staying for? Now it's time to go. Matter of fact, I'm leaving the country. Okay? I'll be out the country. And me and my churn and my baby daddy, since he not her husband, we'll be somewhere else. That's all I know. But that's a whole crazy situation. It still don't make sense to me. You think she got injured? I don't think so. I don't think she got injured. Cause I'm thinking if she got injured, of course they're not gonna say anything. They could tell us. What would it benefit them to tell us or to not tell us? Why would it benefit them to not tell us? Or why would they not tell us? Because, like, you know, if she did get injured. If she got injured, the only thing I could think of, and they're not telling us, maybe they did think it was a hit, and they're not telling us, and they're not telling us because they don't want the person who put out the hit. That would be that's a terrible hit. I don't even think that's the hit. I don't think that's the hit because y'all know how celebrities get down. Okay, if they wanted to get to her, they could get to her. Okay, she was doing all these public appearances, showing up at the grocery store, showing up at CVS pharmacy, a CVS or Walgreens pharmacy. She was at Target. And I thought that was real odd for a billionaire who everyone knows your name. You all out here at the store and stuff, to me, that wasn't safe. So if they wanted to get at her, if that was a hit, they could have got her while she was out. That was real messy. I don't know. I think maybe that may have been a warning, not a hit, but a warning to like scare her up, like stay your behind in the house because anything can happen. Because we watching, like, I don't know, because that's crazy. She doing the drive by on a supposedly billionaire house. That's weird. Super weird. I don't know. But what else is going on? What else is going on? Um, what else going on in the city? In the YouTube streets? What else going on, Chris? Okay, Jelly Roll. Is that the country singer? He gonna be in WWE? So WWE said we're gonna put a whole bunch of musicians in their performances so they can get some views and stuff. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I've been reaching out to certain like low list celebrities trying to get them to do some advertising for my business because I know they have subscribers. So the subscribers or followers would follow me just because they did my commercial. So I've been reaching out to a couple folks. Yeah. What else going on in the YouTube streets? Mm, let's see. Let me pull up my see what's going on. Um, I don't see nothing else new. Um, I don't know if I can even do that. I was gonna say let's listen to the audio of Dwight Howard, his 911 call, but I'm not sure if I could. Maybe I could play it, but I can't show it. Um, I don't know. Let's see what else going on. He was gone. Um, um, Mr. Tenderism, if y'all follow Mr. Tenderism, he doing his big one, okay? He done got with Ron Isley. Supposedly, the guy who he was working for at that barbecue place, he signed over the copyright to Mr. Tenderism, man. So remember, he didn't have copyrights in order to use that name, but it looks like the guy gave him the copyright um, rights so he can now use that. But I mean, excuse me, I just ate before I got on here, so I'm like belching and stuff. But I'm just thinking, like, what were they going to do with it? Because, first of all, they probably done lost business because they got rid of Mr. Tenderism himself. You know? It's like, how you going to get rid of the man who made your business pop? Okay? Mm, I don't see nothing else on here I could talk about. Oh, so Jonathan Hay, he talked about he did another interview with real life street stars. I don't know if anybody follows him, but Jonathan Hay was a PR person for Drake and Rihanna when she first came out. He did the PR stuff for Rihanna for her first album when she first came out. He said that the hip hop police was following him and they pulled him over and asked him why did he put out, why, was just questioning him, and then they end up letting him go, but they let him know that they were actually trying to get get Jay-Z. So when I think about something like that, I'm thinking, but they never got him because he wasn't locked up for any reason. So he would definitely have to be an informant, allegedly. Because if the hip hop police, which is probably, I don't know, one of the alphabet groups, CIA, FBI, whatever, if they're if they were looking for information on Jay-Z about whatever, why did they stop? Usually they don't stop. Usually they gather information and then they take a person down. But for some reason they stopped when it came to him because he hasn't been locked up. So I don't know. But let's listen to what the publicist has to say about Rihanna and Jay-Z. Let me put this on here. I'm gonna play a little bit.
Bad Boy's biggest artist, Jay-Z and Diddy's best friend, Biggie, right? They're like
So I can't show you.
A triangle of
This
friendship,
Jonathan
business
Hay.
partners coming up together. I just thought it was interesting that their assassination attempt was on the anniversary of Biggie's death.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? The attempt was on Biggie's birthday. So it made me feel like, how stuff happened and then it tried to me, it made me feel like they tried to take the attention all the way off it.
Jonathan, hey, how you doing, brother?
And the Epstein
Good, thanks
stuff.
for having me, man.
Man, last time we did
That
the
dude's
interview, you
voice
said
is
a lot of
sound
stuff,
like a
bro.
girl.
You came out with said that you were the John Doe on the paperwork,
Correct.
and then you went through all the stuff that happened to you. And,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
yeah.
if you don't know, Jonathan Hay is suing P. Diddy and Biggie's son because he's saying allegedly that he worked on the Biggie project. There was supposed to be a Biggie project where they wanted to do like I guess a combination of all his music and present it, do like either a documentary or just an album or something and make it and sell it, right? And he said that Biggie's son reached out to him and he felt honored to be working on that project. And he said he was told to come here, work in Dallas. I believe it was in Dallas, Texas. Excuse me. He was told to come there, do all the work, and then they were going to publish it and make a lot of money, right? So apparently, he's saying when he got there to the house where they made the music and were putting everything together, that P. Diddy came there to the house, and P. Diddy made him, I guess they went in like a room where they were housing all Biggie's clothing, like almost like a museum of all his stuff. So Jonathan Hay was like, he felt real proud to be in that room. He felt honored. So he's in there. He's just happy because, he amongst Biggie's things, his belongings. And he said while he's in there, P. Diddy pulled down his pants and started getting off. And he told him to come here and finish him off. And he said he told him no. And then he said P. Diddy came to him and somehow he forced himself in his mouth. And he said when he finished, he used one of Biggie's shirts wiped himself off and threw it to the side and started laughing, and he left out the room and he left out the house. So Jonathan Hayes said when he came out the room, he felt ashamed, he was hurt, he was, confused because he didn't know how he could continue. So he said he he told Biggie's son what had happened, and he said they were all just pretty much laughing at him. So he felt like, because he says Biggie's son is gay, so he said he felt like he was laughing at him because maybe it was a setup all along. Maybe they really didn't want a project to be started for Biggie. They just want to set him up for some reason. I don't know, but he has a huge lawsuit against P. Diddy and that's supposed to be coming up real soon. If you don't know, I do believe allegedly in the what's the guy who's locked up for saying that P. Diddy had something to do with Tupac. The guy, his name started with a R. Anyway, I think I don't know why I want to call him Biggie. I think Diddy has to testify in that case, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, so Jonathan Hay has been saying this. He's made some very serious claims against P. Diddy, saying he assaulted him and made him perform oral on him. And he said that he believed P. Diddy and Biggie's son has something going on as well, which is probably how he ended up becoming gay because, he's been in his life ever since, Biggie passed away because Faith Evans had already had him. So I don't know. But anyway, let's hear what he's talking about the Rihanna situation.
We got a lot of great feedback. We got a lot of sometimes some bad feedback, but it was crazy, and I'm glad that you took the time out to share what happened to you on this platform.
Yeah, y'all check that out on Real Life
The
Street
first topic I want to
Stars.
dive into before we get into the Diddy stuff, I would like to talk about Rihanna, man. This is crazy.
Again, this is Rihanna's ex publicist. He's the first publicist that she had. His name is Jonathan Hay. He's doing an interview on Real Life Productions on YouTube.
And for you being Rihanna's ex-publicist, I just want to, go through there and tell me what your thoughts about this whole thing.
I mean, that's wild that it happened. Especially like the the assassination attempt, right, was on March 9th, which is the anniversary of Biggie's death. So I thought that was kind of weird, going back to always the Jay-Z and Sean Combs conspiracy that Bad Boy's biggest artist, Jay-Z, and Diddy's best friend, Biggie, right? They're like a triangle of friendship, business partners coming up together. I just thought it was interesting that her assassination attempt was on the anniversary of Biggie's death.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is crazy.
A death
Have you
day.
ever, when you were around her and stuff, did you hear about anybody like something that like that extreme happening, like people being fanned out to that point that they would try to, do something to her? Has she ever got any death threats or anything like? Are you driving way less than you?
Okay. Of course, the commercial come up.
Not back then, because when we were doing it, it was in her come up, and we were launching, Rihanna as an artist, and that's one of the things that I'm very proud of. That I was on the ground floor of her career and helping break her career, right, and started off. But no, there was never any wild threats then, because she didn't reach that level of stardom that she's at now. But we're lucky that she's alive, her family's alive, the children. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, And I've heard a lot of, obviously, people were hitting me up about that, and everybody was saying Jay-Z's involved. I don't think Jay-Z has any involvement, whatsoever with Rihanna's, being shot up. Because if Jay-Z's going to do something, he's not going to do it with this, crazy lunatic person who's on
Right.
YouTube saying, that she's hearing from Rihanna through voices and, psychosis and stuff like that. So
Right.
I
And
think I think
didn't
that's
even
bizarre
complete the
for
job.
people to say that that it's Jay-Z, that it has something to do with Jay-Z. Right.
Yeah, no facts.
Yeah, and it's rumored, which I'm not sure. I haven't really seen anything to prove it, but it's rumored that there were two people in the car. So the girl wasn't alone. So I don't know.
Um, their relationship. Did you see this coming? That them falling off or anything like that? Could you predict that?
Now, yeah, and see what I can say about that is what I think is so interesting, like over the years, when you hear all the noise about, their relationship being inappropriate and Jay-Z allegedly liking minors. And I mean, millions and millions of peoples have heard the rumors all over the world. They've seen the video about not letting her out of this meeting, or they're going to throw her out the window. All the different things about Jay and Rihanna. And not one time has she came out and denied and
Right.
stopped those rumors from happening, which I don't know if that's telling. I don't know what that is. I just find it very, very fascinating because
Yeah, she
she
doesn't
could
talk
come
about
out
it.
and say, Jay-Z was never inappropriate with me. Jay-Z was never this. Jay-Z was never.
Well, that's pretty much all he had to say about the attempt. He said he doesn't. Jonathan Hayes says he doesn't believe that Jay Z had anything to do with it because he doesn't feel like he would have sent this crazy lady out there to, you know, to attempt to do something. I mean, in all honesty, it doesn't make sense why this lady would go to the house, bang it up, and then leave in a Tesla. Like, it's just real strange. I don't know. Maybe she is just a crazy stalker person, but I just find it real strange because on her YouTube channel, she only recently started posting about Rihanna and other celebrities only 3 months ago. She had her YouTube channel for so long, for years, and then only 3 months. Within 3 months, she's been talking about celebrities. I think something's wrong there. I don't know. It's real strange. But when it comes to Jay Z, I mean, I feel like he's going to be next because, it's a lot of rumors that he's been messing with these underage girls. Amir student something, the young man who came out and he's been battling Jay-Z in court. His mom was about 14, 15 when she supposedly, allegedly got pregnant with Amir. And then, it's rumored that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was like 14, 15. And then, he wanted to mess with Aaliyah, but we don't know how old Aaliyah was and if they did mess around because Jay Z was around R. Kelly. So, we don't know what was going on during that time. I don't know. I think it is real strange. And also, real quick, because I'm about to end this live, thank you guys again for subscribing to my YouTube channel, giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate the love. I really, really do. Um, yeah, I've gained a lot of subscribers this week alone, and it's really put a smile on my face, but not as many as I think I should have. but my numbers have increased, and I'm very proud of that. But Jonathan Hay also spoke on the Nicki Minaj and Trump situation. So what he said makes a whole lot of sense. So, a lot of people are giving Nicki Minaj a lot of hate because they feel like she shouldn't be doing any type of dealing with Trump. But Jonathan Hay said Trump is a very powerful man and he can give her protection just like he did with Kanye. I don't know if y'all remember when Kanye was in that mental facility and then he got out. Who did he go see first? Or who was one of the first people he went to see? Trump. And it looked like Trump provided protection for him because Trump was running for office. I believe Trump was just running for office at the time. But so he said Nicki Minaj needs someone to help her against folks like Jay-Z and Rock Nation because it could be real bad for her. So I really feel like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy because I feel like, because Rihanna is still showing, if you go on Rock Nation's website, they still show Rihanna as on their label, even though it's nothing going on with those artists that signed to Rock Nation. They're not doing anything. Like, who on that label is actually making music and got something new out? Nobody. In my opinion, I don't see it. I don't know it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. But I feel like, if anything, that would be like a warning to get her to sit down somewhere because she just was out and about in the world, right? So to me, that would scare her up and make her sit down somewhere. But I don't feel like they were actually trying to take her out because I feel like if they wanted to take her out, they could have found other ways to be creative about it. Think about it. Everybody in bad boy camp, um, had cancer or something, aneurysm. So, I mean, I don't know. Not to say that had anything to do with Diddy. This is all alleged in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I'm yawning. That's all I have for you guys. I can't even stay up no more. I'm ready to lay it down. Okay. So I'll definitely be back with another video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, you too, Chris. Yeah, it's just been a long week. It really has. I'm gonna try my best to get on tomorrow. Also, hope you guys check me out tomorrow. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel so you can see when I get on YouTube. But thank you guys for watching, and y'all have a good evening. Peace.